Ramanathan, Mr. Ramanathan, sorry, I'm just coming in over there, addressing the news of the morning, and that's Biocon's latest announcement coming in on oral insulin and that tie-up with Bristol-Myers. Ms. Shaw is with us now. Good morning, ma'am. Good to have you on the show. Congratulations on the announcement. From what I understood from the press release is that this is a longer-term agreement, and Bristol will only exercise the option, if they choose to do so, after successful phase 2 completion. So can you tell us how the lines will work?
Yeah, if you remember, this particular program, which holds a lot of promise, had a setback because of a placebo effect. And what we felt was that the design of the trials was ill-conceived when we did it. And we felt that now to resume trials, it was important to get an experienced big pharma partner who could help us redesign the trials and establish the efficacy endpoints in a better way. Now, this option agreement that we have signed with Bristol-Myers Squibb is about redesigning and conducting trials which are largely phase 2 trials to establish the kind of efficacy parameters that will enable us to then invest in much larger global trials to bring the product to the market. So this is early days yet. I don't want people to get too excited about us signing up this deal, but it is a very important step in getting us to the market. We are very confident and hope that the promise that this drug holds will get realized. And we were very pleased that we could, enter into this agreement with Bristol-Myers Squibb, who, of course, are very experienced at bringing novel diabetic drugs to the market. And that's what this deal is about at this point in time. So right now, Bristol-Myers Squibb will help us design these trials. We will conduct these trials largely in US and Europe, largely funded by Bristol-Myers Squibb. And the next step is really what matters, because if the data looks good, then it has the potential of becoming a true blockbuster drug.
So this is interesting. You're saying that Bristol will help you design the phase 2 trials and also perhaps fund it. So how long is the phase 2 trial period going to take?
It will take
I'm just trying to understand.
To 2 years.
Yeah.
It will
close
take
to
close
2
to
years.
2 years. Yeah.
Okay, and what is the kind of R&D investment you're expecting from Bristol in the phase 2? Because that's very critical to moving on the next step.
It's not a huge amount. It is significant, but not huge. It's sort of tens of millions of dollars. But, I would say that the amount doesn't matter because it's largely going to be funded, by Bristol-Myers Squibb. And we are also going to partly fund it if required. But the main point really happens when you take it, if and when Bristol-Myers triggers the licensing agreement.
So markets have just opened up, ma'am. The stock is reacting positively as one would expect. It's around 3% higher. Quick last question on this. 2 years, very crucial period, because in 2 years, if phase 2 is successful, then Bristol takes it all the way forward and converts it into a blockbuster drug.
Absolutely.
What is data suggesting right now? What are you looking at over the next 2 years? The possibility of this happening?
Endpoint, if you remember, we conducted a large trial in India, and the secondary endpoints were met. So it means that the drug works. But the primary endpoint was disappointing because we had a huge placebo effect. And we believe that was because the trial was badly designed. But, once you get a placebo effect, it poses a lot of questions. And that's what we're trying to answer through these trials.
All right, Ms. Shaw, we'll leave it on that note, run into market opening. But thanks for joining in. And again, congratulations on the tie-up. That's Biocon stocks up. But as we've understood, 2 years, you've got to be patient. If the trials are successful, then Bristol says, you know what, I'm coming in and now let's make this a real big blockbuster drug. So it's still a bit of a patient waiting game on Biocon. Zamina has the rest of the market with her. Okay, Zamina will be with us in just a while. Let me then quickly go through some of the other movers and shakers. Bharti Airtel is the other headline grabber thanks to the brokerage upgrades coming in. 2% up on Bharti. JSPL, Reliance are some of the